This is Anamai coming at you from my couch with a beautiful view of Cheyenne Mountain. And I'm here today to talk to you guys about how to stay safe during COVID-19. Before we do that, let's just talk real quick about who TESSA is and what we do. So we are the leading domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking, and stalking agency in Colorado Springs. And so we work with people that have been hurt and support them in a whole bunch of ways. A couple services I do want you guys to know about is this general advocacy. So everyone in our organization is a confidential victim advocate. So if you're over the age of 15, you can come in and get services, and nothing you say is going to leave that room unless you give our advocates permission to do so. If you're under 15, we still want to have a conversation with you, but we are going to loop a parent or a guardian just to make sure you're getting that support on all sides. We also have a 24/7 safe line that anyone can call and speak to an advocate. Doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m. on Christmas morning, there's going to be someone there to chat with you. We also have our 32-bed emergency shelter, our safe house, which is for families fleeing dangerous situations. It gives them a safe place to go temporarily. And then we have our youth and children's department, where we, of course, support kiddos that have been affected by violence, but we also go out into the community and we talk about safety planning and healthy relationships. And so that's what I'm doing here today, because I can't be going out into schools and talking with you guys face to face. I still wanted to be able to chat with you guys. And so let's chat about staying safe during COVID-19. So before we talk about safety planning though, what is it? So coronavirus 19 or COVID-19 is a highly contagious illness that's affecting people all over the world right now. And so we're all kind of dealing with this in different ways. And so what I really want to chat with you guys today is about two things: how we keep our body safe and how we keep our brain safe. And that's it. So in order to keep our body safe, we want to wash our hands for at least 20 seconds multiple times a day. So let's make sure we're getting in between our fingers, we're getting our thumbs, we're doing the top and bottom parts of our hands. Sing a song to yourself, count to 20. It's just a good practice to do in normal life too, but it can really help slow the spread of the disease as well. Practice social distancing is another huge one. So that's not going out into public as much. So that's why schools and a bunch of other public spaces are closed down right now. And it's when you're going out into public for necessary services like getting groceries, going outside, taking your dog for a walk, you're keeping 6 feet in between you and other people at all times. It's really, really important. We also want to avoid touching our face, mouth, and nose, and also if people are showing symptoms, to avoid them as well, to really stop the spread of this disease. And like you'll hear in all the presentations I do, is get sleep. When we get sleep, we allow our brains time to process things. We also help boost our immune system. So it's really, really important that we're getting sleep during this time as well. And then lastly, have important numbers of safe adults, because this is an unknown time for everyone, and this can be a really scary time. And so I want you guys to know, if there are scary things going on in your home or around you, that you've got people you can call. So that's 911 if you ever feel a threat of physical harm. It could be a TESSA advocate, that safe line that I'm going to give you guys the number. And then also emergency contacts. So like a family member or close friend that you can trust if you are kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed. And so I've got a nice little diagram here that we can see good steps on washing our hands. And then I love this little social distancing drawing, because when we hear social distancing, we're like, okay, I have to stay away from everyone. But let's be creative about it. I've seen people in Italy having concerts from their balconies. Musicians are doing Instagram lives. So just because we can't be physically around people right now or touching them, let's get creative about it. So now let's talk about how to keep our brain safe. And we're going to kind of go into all of these individually. So the first one is ask questions about what's going on. This is a crazy time. There's new information coming out every single day. And so a way to kind of feel like you have a little bit of control is to ask questions and get answers to things you're worrying about. With that, though, have some grace for the adults in your life. There is so much new information coming out every single day that things are changing every day. So what was true 2 days ago might not be true today. And so just kind of be okay with not knowing everything, but knowing enough to make you feel safe. And also try and limit your exposure to updates, because if you spend all day just kind of reading the news or checking things on Twitter, it can kind of control your life. And there's so many other things we can be doing during this time that aren't just stressing about things that we really can't control. So one of the ways to help mitigate that stress or make that stress go away is creating a schedule for yourself. Human beings thrive with schedules. And so waking up at the same time every single day, scheduling some time to go outside, scheduling some time to do homework, all of these can just help us kind of establish a feeling of normalcy in these times that aren't normal at all. With that though, I want you guys to have some grace because the schedule that I'm showing in front of me, it's great, it's super detailed, but you may not be in the mood to do all of this every single day. So if you set a schedule and can't follow it 100%, that's okay. Go to bed, get some good sleep, and try again tomorrow. Use this break to take care of yourself. Don't set unrealistic expectations, but just kind of a general schedule can really help with letting us have some sort of sense of control again. Another way to kill time is digital learning. So most of your school districts by this point have kind of sent out instructions on digital learning. So I would encourage you to have your parent or guardian kind of check in what those are, make sure you have all the resources for that. But I also challenge you guys to take this time and learn how to do something fun that you've never done before. Research a topic that you find really interesting or watch YouTube videos about and see if you can do that for your own. For me, that's been poetry. So I've been reading a lot of poems and writing my own on this break. And it's also a time to kind of learn in other ways. So that could be documentaries or podcasts, or they're doing like virtual museum tours right now. So you could just go to the Met in New York and look at all the things, or you could go to the Louvre in Paris and see the Mona Lisa and not have to wait in line for that. So there's tons of really cool distance learning opportunities. I've got some on this slide. And if you want any more, please get in contact with me and I can send more your way. Because this is just another great way to kill time. Getting outside is another really easy way to take care of our brains. Human beings are pretty much like evolved plants. We need food, water, and sunshine to keep us going. And so getting sunshine every day is really, really important. Taking time to go outside, make sure we're maintaining that social distance of 6 feet. But just take some time, get some fresh air. I have a challenge for y'all. If you can come up with a way to play socially distant tag, please let me know. I have ideas in my brain, but I want to see if it'll work. So if you and your friends can find out a way to play safe socially distant tag with no touching, please take a video and send it over to the TESSA Instagram because I would love to see that. Also, going to the dog park, petting some dogs, great activity you can do in the sunshine. They just came out with a study that said dogs can't transmit coronavirus. So while we can't be touching people right now, please go and pet all the dogs that you can with the permission of their owners, of course. So this kind of goes back to digital learning, but take this time to practice a hobby. I have this whole list of things right here that you can try. But this is your time to really explore. This is an unprecedented time. We don't really have a playbook that we should be following right now. So if you've got to spend time at home, why not spend time doing things that you like? And if you don't know what you like, take some time to discover new things that you like. So it could be learning how to sew, or it could be making candles. Really challenge yourself to find something to do that's not just kind of staring at a screen all day. But if we are going to stare at a screen all day, let's use the technology we have to use it in ways we've never had before. So using FaceTime, Instagram Live, Skype, all of these things, still have play dates or time spent with your friends. I've seen people having like Netflix movie nights online. You could do that. Having dinner parties with your friends. If you want to do check-ins with family that maybe doesn't live in this state, I've seen people have like really crazy games of charades or Pictionary or playing apples to apples. So let's use the technology we have and let's level up. Let's use it in ways that we've never thought before. And also know that there are resources online for people to talk to if you don't feel like you really have friends and family that you can talk to or want to talk to during this time. So we've of course got that TESSA Safe Line, which is a domestic violence crisis line. We've got Teen Line, which is a more kind of peer-based chat service. So it's not a crisis line. It's just an opportunity to chat online with other teens out there that are honestly experiencing the same things you are right now. And then, of course, that suicide prevention hotline. Because this is an unknown time. And there are no normal ways to feel. There are no normal ways to react. But if you are feeling down or hopeless, all I can tell you is that we need you to be here. And so do whatever you need to take care of yourself. Just reach out to someone, because it's so easy to feel alone during this quarantine, but you are not alone. And there are people that want to support you in any way you feel comfortable. So please, please, please take advantage of those. You can either call that crisis line, you can text, you can go online. There's so many different ways to receive support. Please just reach out if you are feeling kind of any overwhelming depression, symptoms like that. So I know we talked about using screen time for good, but let's also try and balance that out a little bit. Because if we're just looking at our screens all day, first of all, 8 hours of screen time, you're going to get a headache. It doesn't feel good. Also, it can just be upsetting to be constantly getting updates about this scary thing that we don't have all the facts on right now. And so I would say definitely get enough information to make you feel comfortable from trusted sources. Instagram and Twitter aren't always the most factual sites, and things travel really quickly on there. So some things that I've been using are the Center for Disease Control, and our Governor Polis, has been doing a really great job of keeping people updated on his website. So if you are going to get some updates, make sure they're from trusted sources, and really schedule just like 30 minutes to an hour out of your day to just unplug and sit with yourself and just check in and see how you're feeling. So I know this was quick. Those are all the tips I have for you, but I just kind of wanted to end with this. I've been seeing this all over my Instagram, and I'm not going to read it for you guys because this isn't going to kind of turn into a slam poetry presentation, but I just love looking at this time as an opportunity for change. And change can be uncomfortable, change we don't always ask for, but it's the only consistent thing in life. So let's use this period of change to grow some parts and also have grace with ourselves that it's not always going to feel good. Because we will get through this, and the only way we can get through this is by taking care of ourselves and taking care of each other. So reach out and check in on the people who care about you, and know that there are so many people that care about you, even if they're not with you physically right now. So please stay safe. This is my contact information if anyone needs to get a hold of me, and we'll get through this. Have a good day. Bye.